Hello, good evening, I'm Earl Gibbs, and welcome to Speaking of Everything. And tonight is a special night because this is the first time he's on Speaking of Everything. Now, this is a gentleman that I know most of my life, grew up in Upstreet. He's the man himself, St. Martin's premier entertainer, Mr. Melvin Hodge. How are you doing, sir?
Hey, Earl, it's a pleasure to be here with you, man. You know, I've always seen your shows. I mean, you went away, came back, went on PJ82, then decided to, branch out on your own, So, yeah, I followed your career.
It's good to have. It took a long time to have you here, right?
Yeah, hey, but I'm here.
Right. I admire you because a lot of people come to St. Martin, and they go into the hospitality area. We have very few of our own people entertaining in the hotels and the casinos. But you've been doing this for a long time, entertaining in the hotels and the casinos, right?
I got about 30 years doing this, but I didn't start there, Earl.
I know where you started.
I used to wash cars at an early age, and then as a short order cook, then I went to work to the hospital, and then went into the hotel.
So how was it as a short order cook?
Short order cook, up there like with the Diamond Casino is, that's where Harold and his mom, they used to live there. Then they had Sam's Place.
Right.
I started as a dishwasher there, and then moved up to a short order cook, and then I was also washing cars on the weekends, and I used to be with one of the nuns from the White and Yellow Cross, and they enticed me to come out of there and go to work in the hospital.
Wow, you're a very industrious guy, man.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, music now, how did you decide to get into music?
That's a very interesting question, because actually that came from working in the hospital, right? We decided we had a radio. We put a radio in the kitchen where I was working, and I used to sing along, with the songs while I'm working, And William Reed was also a cook at the hospital.
Right.
Yeah, William Reed and Eldred Daffler, they were the cooks, and I was cook helper. And then he was, man, you should go into singing, man. You should try to sing, And he always tried to encourage me into it, and but the opportunity came later, So after I went on to work at the hotel at Coopercoy, the opportunity came to represent the hotel.
Really?
Yeah, in a song festival. And at that time, it was back in 1986. Louis LaVeille was representing the government.
Louis LaVeille was singing too?
Yeah, Louis LaVeille. We had Horace Jack was representing the hospital.
Yeah.
So you had someone was representing the police. So we had it was an employees song festival that was organized by a group from GEBE.
Really?
GEEB. They had a service group that used to organize events, and they had organized St. Martin's first Golden Voice Song Festival.
Still have that service group, huh?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. And but actually, I was not the first person to represent. Actually, I was away on vacation with and when I came back, King Timo was supposed to be the one to represent. And he got cold feet. And
because Timo was working in the kitchen.
He was working,
right?
Yes, Timo was a cook, and he asked me why don't I go ahead and represent. And prior to that, of course, before that, I used to sing in the hotel. King Bobo was working on there. Sometimes I would sing a song with King Bobo, and the other entertainers would sing a song with him. So I was, at the time, maybe it was just honing my craft, And then they had a event at the hotel, a Thanksgiving event, big event, and they showcased me on that event.
Wow!
And then gradually, I moved on. And then, of course, Muller Bay had a big show at one time. They called La Folies of St. Martin, and I was involved in that. Also, Yume Domoy was also in that with some local dancers, and it was a really, stepping. Yeah.
So what's been your most memorable performance?
My most memorable performance. The performances that I enjoy the most is when you go and you sing for someone and it touches them. I can remember sometimes you go and you sing for someone and they cry, or someone asked you to sing a song because they wanted to propose to their fiancé.
Yeah.
Those are the memories. Or I have memories where someone came back and said, Melvin, man, my mom had passed, but she just loved you. Or, you know, that kind of thing. I remember one day in the casino that I'm working right now, I was singing a song, and there was this man. I was singing a Lionel Richie song, and this man was coming out from the bathroom crying. And I went over and I greeted him, and, you know, and I asked him what was wrong. He said, man, the song that you're singing right now just brought back memories. I lost my son. You know, so those are the memorable moments.
It's amazing because music means so much to all of us, and certain songs mean more to some people.
Definitely. You know, we sometimes we take it for granted, but music is so uplifting, and we don't realize what it does to the soul.
Yeah.
You know, I can even tell you that there was one time me and my wife had an argument. I left the house upset with my wife, got on a job. Everything is dangy-gory. And I mean, I'm like, good, man. Everything, you know, once I got that mic in my hand, everything is A-okay.
Yeah, tell me about it. I know it is. Even when I may have problems, but when I walk in here, everything changes.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's really good because the people come back year after year after year, and they look for you. I have worked Sherry's Cafe, Royal Palm. I think everywhere in St. Martin I have worked, and I have met kids that came into the casino, young people, and they said, Melvin, I have a picture of you. You know, introduced me to their friends. They have a picture of me when they were little,
right?
And I was singing for them. Oh man, you won't believe those are such great things.
How many different hotels have you sang in St. Martin before?
Great Bay. I think I sang in almost all. DV Little Bay, Royal Palm, Royal Islander, Pelican, Flamingo, La Samana. You know,
La Samana too?
La Samana.
Wow.
You know, Meridian, all of them. You know. I think almost, maybe one or two that I've never entertained in yet. But I mean, even the Western, I did Western, but not working for Western, but did a show there. Yeah. You know, for Jeffrey Richardson. You know, but
Jeffrey Richardson, a politician.
Jeffrey Richardson, a politician. Yeah. So I think he did a song. I think at one time they were doing a song when St. Martin was breaking away from the Netherlands Antilles.
Oh, okay.
And he had organized a big group, and he showcased the song that he. Produced of the Breaking Away, changed the lyrics of a particular song, and he had a nice group together and did it. So he asked me to perform in this group.
Do you sing calypso?
That is not well. I sing some calypso. I sing some soca, and it's in my repertoire. But I have never competed in a calypso competition. You know, some people ask me why. But it has never been my forte, and I told myself maybe one day, maybe I should at least say that I did.
Yeah, but you know, it's quite interesting because I've seen you perform, and you know, what's so unique about it, you can see you really enjoy it.
I love it, man. I love it. You know, I told my wife once, I said, listen, if you ask me to stop doing this, or ask me to choose between music and you're gonna lose. And you know, she said, I'll never ask you, because she realized that's what I love doing. You know, she said, I realize you love it, baby, and I'll never ask you to stop.
Who's your favorite artist?
Oh, there are many.
I mean, isn't there like one or two that really stands out? Alive or
I like Elton John, The Mighty Sparrow, Jimmy Cliff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never did a Frank Sinatra song?
I do Frank Sinatra. I like him too. but you asked me my favorites.
Yeah. And you know, because I've seen you perform, and the kind of performer that he is, you know, I can imagine how a Frank Sinatra song will go, you know, in the setting.
I do Frank Sinatra, Nat King Cole. Those are in my repertoire.
And I get requests for them,
you know. Yeah. So yeah. definitely.
What about duets? You ever do any duets?
I've done duets with female artists that were, in the bands that I played with. I sang with many ladies, Cheryl Valise, Panaflet, Daphne Nicholson, Marita Blythe, and many more.
You know what is unique about you is that as a St. Martiner, you've been able to do this and make a living from it. You don't oftentimes see that in St. Martin.
Yeah, true. I'm able to make a living with it, but sometimes you don't get the how you say the banks does not recognize it as a gainful employment.
Really?
No. I don't know for what reason. They don't consider it as a gainful employment. So getting a loan sometimes can be difficult if you want to do something. I don't know why, but and also as an entrepreneur, being able to get into maybe get or you say SB or anything like that, they don't cover these things. You might have to be working for a company because I'm self-employed, and I think they're gradually working on things like that. I think the SB is working gradually on being able to provide coverage for entrepreneurs. I would like to see them do that. So.
I thought that cover that now.
Yeah, I think the taxi drivers are being covered, but they are under an umbrella.
Oh, okay.
So they're covered under that umbrella. I don't have an umbrella. I don't think they have a musical union or association, so to speak. They have tried many times to get one of these things operating, but it has never worked. Right. I think Tonka Brooks tried it one time. I think also the Mighty Dow tried it one time. Some other people tried to get it, but it has never worked out.
Yeah. You're now performing in
Princess Port de Plaisance, Princess Casino.
How many nights are you there?
I'm working there 6 nights a week.
So what night are you off?
Tuesday.
Tuesday night, okay. The only night you got off?
Night off, right.
See, you don't see the show at all?
No, I don't get to see a lot of things. Even Carnival or some local shows I don't get to see because I'm always working.
Yeah. No,
I remember when my kids were small, they were like, take a night off and spend a night with us. And I like say, if you want to enjoy, things that, on my night off, we can do these things. I must work in order to be able to provide these things.
Well, I can imagine, but when you get a Saturday off, it got to be special on Sunday, right?
Yeah, every now and then. It doesn't happen unless it depends on if they're having a special event.
Yeah.
I perform, but sometimes I'm there because then I'm also emceeing. I MC and doing guest relations at the same time. So I'm not really per se off. My musician may be off, but I'm always... I have my manager. I have a manager there. His name is Hervé. He said, "Mr. Melvin is my ambassador." Yeah.
So need you all the time there. But in the casino, you see a lot of local people coming in?
Local people, people from the French side, people from Holland. We get cross-section of the island. Come and visit us at the casino.
And it's amazing because I didn't realize, and this might sound silly because I don't go to the casino. I got to go maybe visit all of them once in a while. I was surprised when you told me he was performing in the casino because I thought he was performing like in other areas and restaurants and so forth.
I've done them. I've done Sherry's Cafe. I've done Lee's. I've done restaurants at the Royal Palm. I've played in restaurants, and hotels and everywhere else.
But that's where I used to see you years ago.
Yeah.
Really
I've did Great Bay up to last year.
Yeah.
Last year, yeah, before, yeah. So I've been everywhere.
But what you're doing is unique in a way. I don't know if you realize that it's only a handful of you from St. Martin that are in the entertainment business on a full-time basis.
Right. Yeah, you got Rudolph Matthews, bassist. You got Fred York. You got the Mighty Dow. I don't know if he's not working as much as before, but he's been doing it for many years. Like, of course, King Bobo, Percy Rankin. Percy Rankin from the French side, the reggae artist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's also at one time. Me and him were he was on the billboard at Sunset Beach Bar.
Yeah.
I was on the billboard at Princess.
Yeah?
Yeah, so yeah.
Wow. Yeah, but you're the man that, but you really like the belt, like the soul music, right?
Yeah, people consider me a balladeer.
Mm.
Yeah. But I do reggae, I do a little calypso, a little soca, a little modern music. Not too much of the modern music because sometimes you do the modern music, but then people still wants to hear the classics. One of my pianists, he likes to play more modern music, but then still you're able to find people asking for the classics.
Like what so? Like
he want, from the modern stuff we'll do Thinking Out Loud, that kind of stuff. But people still want to hear Lady in Red. They still want to hear My Way. They still want to hear, Fly Me to the Moon. They're still asking for these songs. Even,
classics.
Yeah, those are the classics. Yeah. And then I remember there was one of the employees said, "Melvin, you don't do no dance hall." I said, "No, that's for my son. Dance hall is for my son." And I said, yeah, besides dance hall music, the people that listen to dance hall music doesn't visit us here.
Really?
They may come in one night or two. And sometimes they would come to hang out. Different crowd. We get a nice mature audience at the casino that I work, and I'll tell you something. It is a casino, but it's also a social gathering. Okay. You won't realize that some people, they don't only just come to gamble; they come to hang out. They would bring, if they have guests, they would bring their guests. They'll walk around because they like the ambiance. Yeah. We're still one of the only casinos on the island that has entertainment every night.
Oh, okay. So when you walk in there, it's not just like it's kind of, they have all the
entertainment,
like a Vegas casino, man.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
Yes.
Good.
We did a commercial that says, Vegas of St. Martin, Princess Casino. Yeah. The Las Vegas of St. Martin.
I can send you a check. So tell me, over the years, right? What do you have noticed different in the people, in the visitors? Because you see a lot of visitors, especially from North America, coming to St. Martin. Have you seen anything different in the way they react to you or to St. Martin?
The visitors that come and visit us from over the years, because not just time to time. You got those who come time to time, but you got those who's been coming every year.
And they see you all the time, right?
They see me all the time. They said it's not the same if they don't, they come to see, they come to the casino and they come to look for me. And some of them really do come out to see me. Yeah. And that is what I feel, that makes me feel really good, because they really come out and they look for me. I remember this young girl. She could not get into the casino, but the restaurant right next to the casino, she came with her parents, and she called out to me, and she said, "I was looking for you everywhere," because at that time, when she was younger, I used to sing in the hotels. Oh, okay. So like I say, it's really great when the young people are still looking for you. And I've sang for young people that you have young couples, local young couples. The guy would ask me to sing a song for his girlfriend. That is special. That it's not only tourists. Yeah. A local young guy with his girlfriend say, "Hey, sing a song for me." I remember one time a gentleman said, he slipped me $10. He said, "Melvin, sing for my wife. I'm in the doghouse."
You should slip another $50. Yeah. But it's nice to, I haven't seen you in a while, but I can remember all the time I've seen you performing, and the pleasure that I see on your face and also on the people that you're performing for is just amazing. The only person that I've noticed similar to you in that regard is King Bobo. And I haven't seen him also in quite some time. Right.
Yeah, he's working more now with the law enforcement. Yeah. And he cannot perform as the gyrating thing that he used to do before, because he has some back problems. But he's still dynamite. Bobo is iconic. The Mighty Dow, iconic. These are guys that they were singing way before I was, and so I admire them. They are some of the guys that Willie Duzon, Vernon Jacobs. Yeah. Those guys, killer. Yeah.
But
I used to go and enjoy these guys perform, and they are iconic.
But you're being modest because it's unique what you're doing. And too often the time we, as a tourist island, don't see our people being able to really perform in that industry. We see a lot of people come from outside, and I think it's not good because we have been the leaders in tourism for many, many years,
Right.
and then you see it dropping off. So seeing you still performing after all these years, you know, and now in the casino, I think it's something that we really got to be proud of what you're doing.
But I'll tell you something too. I remember one time I had one of my pianists was not available, and I had gotten another pianist to replace. But for some reason, there was a problem with the scheduling with the pianist that I had gotten to replace him. So I came to work, and I realized he didn't show up. So I went to the manager and I said, "Listen, I had already a replacement," and he said, "Melvin, don't worry. You know, you're always here. You're always here, so don't even worry about it." You know, the thing is, sometimes we gotta just learn to show up and do your job.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes there are times that we don't like what we do. There are times.
Yeah.
But if you don't like what you do it to the best of your ability until you can do something that you really like. You don't go to your job, you know, being upset,
Right.
because that reflects. I remember one time I was upset for a particular reason. I can't remember what the reason was. And a guest came and said, "Melvin, what's wrong?" And I'm smiling. "Hey, everything's good, man." I said, "No, Melvin.
I guess no, you're good.
You understand? Yeah. Because they can see, and you may not realize, but if you're not giving your all, it reflects. People feel it.
And now, so if someone wants to, say, hire you for a party, for an event, is it still possible?
It is possible, but I have to always check my scheduling, you know, because I've done weddings. I've done Valentine's Day on the airport last week. You know, it all depends on my scheduling and how the days work.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes I can do something before I go to work. You know, sometimes if the casino is having an event, I can also work with that event, and I can come in a little later. You know, but I've done things. You know, birthdays, weddings. You know, anniversaries. As a matter of fact, I got an anniversary to do coming up in a couple of months.
That's good.
50 years.
So, how was the airport gig, the one for Valentine's?
Oh man, that was beautiful, man. Yeah, it was great. So I loved it. You know, and as a matter of fact, on Sunday I met a couple who told me that they saw me performing there and they loved it. Yeah.
So you was in red and white or something?
Yeah, I had my white suit on, my red shirt, you know what I mean, performing, and then, you know, the people could take pictures with the teddy bears, you know, and I performed with Mr. Albert Cano. He played the keyboards with me, and it was a great day, man.
Nice,
yeah.
Man.
And people love it. I mean, how you say, the employees and the clientele as well.
So that was the first time you did Valentine's Day at the airport?
No, this is the second time.
Oh, okay.
There was a gap. There's a gap. I did it, I think, about 2 or 3 years before. You know, so maybe they will do it again on a regular basis. It could be an annual thing. It would be nice.
I think it's something good, you know, because not many airports do that, but we have a special airport. We have a airport.
Hey, and I'll tell you something, you know, our airport, we must be proud of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we should be proud of Juliana Airport and the work they're doing there, the management and stuff. They're doing a really good job there.
You know, it's amazing. Someone told me that when you go to the Dominican Republic, you're going to love the airport. But I was there, let me tell you. It's nice. But still, our airport is a lot more beautiful, much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also remember, look, Curacao is there to me. Curacao built the new airport and still doesn't stand up with ours, even though, you know, theirs were built before ours. Yeah. But we had a unique way, I guess, a unique planning. You know, our airport is beautiful, man.
So now they can come and see you at the Princess
Port of Busan's, 9 to midnight.
9 till midnight?
Yes.
Oh, okay, so after midnight, that's it?
Yeah, Cinderella hour.
Right. And you're there from
Wednesday to Monday.
Monday, good. So they'll come and see you, and I'm sure people will tell you, oh, we saw you speaking of everything, right?
Oh yeah, I would like to be able to see the program, you know. You know, every now and then depends on the timing. I would get to see a little bit of your program, you know, and it doesn't happen very often because I'm always working. You know, sometimes I got to pick up my wife, then I get home, she got to prepare a little dinner, and then I take a shower and I'm gone again. You know, so
busy man.
Yeah.
Mr. Hodge, I want to thank you for coming in. Only got about 20 seconds in closing. Anything you want to add?
Listen, Mr. Gibbs, it's been a pleasure being here on your show. I'm happy that you invited me to be on your program. I also want to say a special thank you to the St. Martin population because they have supported me throughout the years. I can say that wholeheartedly, the entire population of St. Martin, whether it's Indian, Chinese, Haitian, Dominican Republic, no matter, the people has given me, they're giving me a feeling of being a star. I'm a star in St. Martin.
Definitely.
And I want to say thank you to the entire population of St. Martin.
Thank you again, Mr. Hodge. You are one of our stars, all right? Success again. And that's it for now. I'll see you next time right here on Speaking of Everything. Till then, good night. Take care. Bye.